into another Genesis portal and ends up in another world, which is going to be continued on in the side stories, the side comics, if you will, called Worlds Unite, called basically the World Unite Battles, is what they will be called. And it's going to be in the first issue of that mini-series, if you will, that side series. So with that said, while this is happening, Sally's worried about what just happened. She basically starts coming up with an idea of how to, get Sonic back. She tells Rotor and Tails to work on trying to reopen that breach of the Genesis portal. Says that she and the others will remain. I think tells Bunny and Antoine or something like that to comb the desert. Basically, she's coming up with all these scenarios to try to, not only get Sonic, open the Genesis portal to get Sonic back, and basically as well as attend to the wounded. That's when the Genesis portal just opens up in front of them and Sonic plops out. And Sally's, as Sally's explaining all this, all of a sudden the Genesis portal plops out and she's like, or we could do that. Or that can happen. Basically, she's like, you guys got to do this, and all of a sudden, the Genesis portal's open, out comes Sonic, and she's like, or we could just have that happen, And there's Sonic. He lands, chest first, and he holds up the emerald. He's like, "Who's awesome? I am." And you have everybody happy to see him. Amy, of course, is happy to see him. But then Amy's like, after she's hugging him, saying she was worried, all of a sudden she pushes off. She's like, "But whoa, you stink. Where the heck have you been?" He's like, "Man, you smell. Where the heck have you been?" And Sonic kind of teases her a little bit and says, "Oh, come on, we're teammates. I thought you always wanted to be around me," kind of deal. And Amy's like, "Yeah, I do, and I will, but after you shower a bit." And then, of course, you have Sally approach him, helping him up, and she's kind of waving her nose too at the smell, at the smell he has, at the body, at the smell that he has, as I guess complimenting him on a job well done, getting the emerald. He thanks her, and they're all discussing what's going on. Like Antoine's basically talking about the fact that yes, it's great we have this emerald. Was 6 out of 7. But we still don't know. We still have not got the Gaia Temple. We still not. Basically, Antoine's pointing out that yeah, they may have the emerald and everything, but they don't know about the Gaia Temples yet. They haven't found the keys yet. And Bunny has to remind them, look, we just focus on the small victories right now. And Sonic adds to that, yeah, you got to look at it this way. We got an emerald. We've saved the gun guys. Metal Sonic's out of our hair for right now. We're doing good because, we're doing good. And basically Sonic points out the fact that, hey, we faced crazier things than this, and we are more than qualified to face even more crazier stuff than usual because they're the freedom fighters. And that's how the comic ends. Well, not necessarily. The comic ends basically when we focus back on Eggman, who's upset at the fact that Metal Sonic is trapped in another dimension and everything. And they lost the opportunity to get a second Chaos Emerald. So basically, out of frustration, he has Orbot ask him to go get him a sandwich. And Orbot, of course, says, "Right away, sir." And then he tells the leader of the Deadly Six, I think that's their name, the Deadly Six, the leader of it, the big red guy, that he'll be just a moment, and then the real fun can begin. And then that's how the comic ends and helps us lead into Worlds Unite #1, which will be in Sonic Universe 76 next month. So overall, I have to say that again, as I mentioned at the beginning, it was a nice little filler comic. It was a nice continuation of the end of 72. Sort of a good continuation because at least you now know where Sally and Tails and all of them ended up. Afterwards, and why they weren't with Sonic and all them in Apolos in 72, so know where they were at. And it was a nice continuation from that. Nice continuation for anybody that read the Sonic comic origin story in the free comic book day issue or edition of Sonic, which was a flip comic, of course. So overall, not too bad. Nice filler. Definitely a good way to get you set up for what's going to be happening in Worlds Unite. And I do recommend reading it. And I do recommend that if you're going to get any cover, get the Valiant cover number 6 with all the characters on that. Get Lamar Wells cover. That's what I'm saying. So, with that said, that is my review of Sonic issue 75, the 75th anniversary issue. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. And like I said, Universe is going to be part 1 for Worlds Unite. Part 2 is going to be in Boom. Part 3 in the main Sonic comic. Part 4 in Mega Man. Part 5 in Universe. Part 6 in Boom. Part 7 in the main Sonic comic. Part 8 in Mega Man. Part 9 in Universe. Part 10 in Boom. Part 11 in the main Sonic comic. And Part 12, the final part in Mega Man. Which again, like I said, kind of basically tells you right off the bat. And if you take a look at that whole poster with those Valiant covers of everybody that's going to be involved, which basically is like a puzzle piece and you piece together to make a poster, it kind of basically tells you right then and there that it's going to be a Mega Man X-centric story. That is what Worlds Unite is going to be. So, let me know what you guys think down below. Tell me what you think of issue 75. If you've read it yet, do recommend checking it out. And I'll talk to y'all later.